the last thing Tracy Murray talked about was his top 5. He talked about his top 5.
But before I ask you that question, give me your top 5 NBA players of all time.
All time.
No position, no order. Just give me your top 5.
Like this goes on. Whoever's sitting in the seat, it depends on how old they are.
Yeah. You're right about that.
It depends on how old they are.
We've had a couple of young guys in that seat.
Yeah,
we've had a couple of older guys.
Right. They're throwing this era.
Yeah.
So Kareem is definitely, he's the reason why I played, man. Cap don't know that.
UCLA
Cap, I
too.
love you, man.
Yep, UCLA.
Yeah, there's the reason why I went to UCLA. The reason why I picked up a basketball. 5 years old, I told my dad I want to play basketball like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So Cap, salute, man. So Cap is gonna always be number 1 in my eyes. Buck.
Magic.
Bird. Bad motherfucker. hey.
That's all you say when you talk about Larry Bird. Like, that was a bad white boy.
Man, hey, because
that's a bad white boy.
Because you know me, I'm rolling purple and gold, bro. I mean, I grew up a Laker fan. I grew up in Coop's camp.
Yeah.
So I'm automatically purple and gold. I'm Dina forever. I'm Pasadena.
Yeah.
So we, Coop grew up around our family. We tight.
Right.
Like family. So Lakers. Hate the Celtics. There's no other way.
Right.
But respected the hell out of Larry Bird, man.
Yes,
what he did on the court was unbelievable. Okay.
So you got Kareem, MJ,
Buck,
Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird.
So that's 4. MJ, definitely MJ. No
MJ,
question about MJ.
4.
No, there's no question. That's everybody's, number 1 pretty much. That fifth one is always hard. But I'm gonna say Bill Russell, man. He's a winner, ultimate winner, man. Happened to be a Celtic, but he's the ultimate winner.
You got 2 Celtics, 2 Lakers, and a Bull,
and they all winners.
All winners.
Yeah,
all winners. You can't say greatest without being a winner, man.
Yeah,
it's just you have to win.
You got to win. So his 5 was Kareem, Magic, Bird, Jordan, Russell. Not a bad 5. Why is LeBron not there? Well, you can kind of see that he went previous era or eras before the previous era. He didn't go with anybody in this era, or he didn't even go Kobe. Right? So so you can see his I don't know if I want to call it bias, but he leaned more toward old school. Right. And why do I think he leaned more toward that? Because he know what a lot of us know. He know that the best era that we probably will ever see in the NBA is the 90s era. That's the golden era. Right. That's the cream of the crop. That's the best. That's a combination of a league starting and being in its infancy stage, getting better each year. Here comes Magic and Bird. Well, before Magic and Bird, here comes Dr. J, right? Take it to another level. Magic and Bird take it to another level. And now you got a combination of a league getting very good at marketing, getting very good at the business, gaining followers, and then putting a better product on the floor as it gradually went along. Because even when the popularity got there, you still had a lot of fights. You still had the fouls wasn't quite there. The image wasn't quite there. So all of this stuff got cleaned up. And then the last thing that was really to get cleaned up to usher in Michael Jordan was really the officiating and how some of the fouls was just on the extreme. Right. It was less of basketball. It was a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of football involved. But now let's enforce the rules the way the rules was written. This is a foul. Right? That's how we're going to play it. So we're going to call it according to the rules. And now here comes this great player, Michael Jordan. The stage was set. There'll never be another opportunity for someone to do what Michael Jordan did for the NBA, in the NBA, to the NBA, on top of the fact that he was that good of a player. Like when you watch this dude play and study him, how polished his game was. The wasted movements was not there. Like he didn't waste a lot of dribbles. He didn't waste a lot of time. He just got right to the business. One dribble pull up, two dribble pull up. Like that's how good he was, that he could get his shot off, and it was anywhere on the floor. I look, 1 or 2 dribbles, I'm there. I'm either at the rim or I'm on my pull up. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Right? He reached the mastery level where he didn't have to waste a lot of things. Right? You get what I'm saying? Like it's almost like imagining a carpenter or something like that. You know, like when you really get good at what you do, you can measure twice, cut once. Right? That's what efficiency really is. Not how many shots you took, not your field goal percentage. Efficiency is how long did it take? Like how many dribbles did you take to get that shot? Did you need any screens? How much space did you need? How many seconds did you need off the shot clock? Like when you watch Michael Jordan's game, he needed not a lot of space, not a lot of dribbles, not a lot of time, no screens. He didn't need none of that. When he got the ball, 1 dribble pull up, 2 dribble pull up. Sometimes it was just a catch and shoot, even off a screen, even in the post. Catch and shoot, catch and fade. Right? That's efficiency. You got to think, when people say efficiency, don't think about field goal percentage. When people say efficiency in basketball, think about how many seconds, how much space, how many screens, how many dribbles. Think about those things, right? So that era was the better era. Then everything got sustained through Michael Jordan's era. Then you get the Shaqs, Kobe's, the Vince Carters, the Iversons, and everything was getting maintained. And then it got to the point where something happened in NBA where they felt like, all right, man, we're gonna do some other stuff, you know what I mean? And they just started jacking everything up, and the game has been in decline ever since. Poor Adam Silver and LeBron James and Steph Curry and KD, but they are tanking the game, man. Like it's going decline. It's not getting better. So the product is bad. So the players that are on the floor can never be as good as the players that was in the 90s. I don't even think it's possible. Right? It's not. Like you can't have a tougher league, which is physical, in a league that allows defense and allows real basketball, create the GOAT, and then say, we're going to take the physicality out, we're going to take the defense out, and we're going to give more entertainment than basketball, and then say that the best player in that era is even compared to the GOAT. Like, how's that possible? How is the better product the more opposition as far as the rules allow defense and allow physical play, and then you get to an era where we say the rules don't allow physical play and don't allow great defense, and we're allowing you to score? Like Adam Silver purposely told us that I took these out of the rule book, or I changed the way we call the game for more scoring. Like, he literally said that and used Steph Curry as an example. He was like, I don't think it's a good product to watch if a skilled player like Steph Curry, for example, can get overpowered by a bigger, stronger player. I think we should allow someone with that type of skill to showcase it. So we're going to handicap the bigger, stronger player on defense so we can see more scoring. That was his bright idea for the NBA. His bright idea was let's showcase the skill. like we know y'all didn't like the Harlem Globetrotters that much, because that's what the Harlem Globetrotters was doing, showcasing the skill. We're gonna get the Generals, and the Generals by contract are supposed to lose every game. Like, the Generals have never beat the Globetrotters. The general's job is to show up, lose, and let Curly Moe and all these dudes do all these tricks on them, right? And showcase their skills. And Adam Silver was like, I think we should do that in the NBA. We're going to let Steph Curly Moe Curry showcase his skills, and we're going to turn everybody else into the generals and just let them just showcase their skill. And y'all not even going to know we switched the NBA to the Globetrotter style of basketball play. You're not even going to know it. You're just going to keep watching it and be like, dang, look at all those threes going up. And they created a league where scoring was that easy, with the fact where Jokic, Giannis, and Luka would all say it is easier to score in the NBA than it is in the Euro League. All three of them agreed to that and said that out of their mouth. And you got a league that is that easy to score in, and we want to celebrate someone that averages 27 when we got a dude that averaged 37 in a tougher league. Kobe, Mike averaging 30 plus in a tougher league. How we celebrating 27? Let that sink in. And with that, I'm gonna open the phone lines up. We'll take one phone call. How do you mess the league up on purpose, make it easier to score, and then we celebrate scoring? You can't celebrate nothing in this era if they're allowing it to happen. If we're making rules so it's easy to score, how can you celebrate scoring? Somebody riddle me that. Sonny from New York, what's up?
What's up, brother?
What's good, man? What's your thoughts, man? How here's the question. If Adam Silver has admitted to changing the rules, changing the defense, changing the physicality to make it easier to score and harder to defend, how can we celebrate scoring in this era?
You can't. It's like 3-card Monty. You can't. It's like saying, I won the lottery, but I knew what the numbers were 2 days before. So, and what you said earlier was so ill, because they are catering to a new market. It's not about basketball anymore. It's about, how can I increase the value of my franchise so when I sell my stake, it's worth more. That's what the NBA is now. So the way you draw folks in is by making a product that can just draw folks in. 3-pointers are easy to understand. Handles are easy to understand. So now we're sitting here, us, like, our generation, we understood the game because it was played like a game. Now it's played like NBA 2K My Team. But that's easy to understand. And then to your point about taking out defense, it's not even a competition anymore. What did Silver think will happen in All-Star games? You take out defense in real games, of course it's going to transfer to the All-Star games. And that's the disconnect I think he doesn't understand.
Or maybe he does. Maybe he does and don't care. Because I mean, he's what is he? A Duke graduate? I mean, he's a smart man. Right? He's a smart man. Even though he probably don't know nothing about basketball, he's been around it for 30, 40 years. He's smart. He knows, and he has advisors. Joe Dumars is right under him. So I know he's heard this. Coach K is also an advisor, right?
Well,
he's heard this. He's heard this. But in his mind, as a businessman, the bottom line is the bottom line. And if he's still making money, who cares about the product on the floor?
No, listen. I totally get that, and I can't even rebuttal that or refute that. But what I'm saying is this, right? At some point, when other sports start superseding your sport, like, for example, this whole LeBron 50K thing, right? Okay, I've been getting calls from my boys about it, like, and they're acting like it's a really, really big deal. Technically, it could be considered as a big deal, but it really isn't when you think about the totality of the NBA. And that's the part that I think that, to your point, Silver does understand. He has advisors, but I don't think that the game's going to keep going in this trend way in a positive light over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, because the ratings are dropping drastically.
It is.
And that's something he has to look at, because owners, next CBA owners, are like, look, I'm not going to charge people $17K for a ticket for the All-Star game to get that bullshit you handed me last week. I mean, my God. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so those are conversations that are going to happen in the next CBA. What are we doing? We're playing 4 games. Anthony Edwards played 8 minutes. Imagine how many people saved so much money seeing play just 8 minutes. It doesn't make sense. I don't think Silver understands, to your point, how to run a league. I think he's a good businessman, but he's running it like it's one business. The NBA is a box of 30 businesses you have to run individually based on their own individual merits. That's how you build your entire league up.
Okay. So let me ask you this before you go. Even if the ratings drop, right? Do you think with them getting in bed with Vegas and gambling and betting, do you think they already have an idea of how they're going to get the money? Like, say for instance, you're Amazon and you part of this group that just gave the NBA a whole bunch of money for their games, right?
Yeah.
Do you think on the back end, like, even if they, let's say the ratings are so bad, Amazon's return on their investment is not that good, but the NBA is saying, but what, not so fast. We're also gambling under the table. We're part of the Vegas thing as well. So you can also get some of this money this way because I can control the outcomes of games. Do you think that's part of it?
Yeah, of course. I think that, the play now is no longer to cater to the fan pool, because one, certain generation of fans, i.e. you, me, whatever, we're kind of aging out of their demographic. I saw what you said earlier about picking up the data scientist, the analyst, the kid who's like 12 years old right now. That's the new market. What's happened is pro sports has been gamified. And now once you gamify the pro sport, you can sign multi-billion-dollar deals with streamers. You can sign deals with, online gambling. But that's the play now for all pro sports. It's really no longer about the fan. It's how can these two parties make more money out of the sport itself. So if I'm gambling and if I'm a streamer, I'll say, look, I'll give you $4 billion for half your games this year. And then you'll profit share with me on the gambling side, because you have a big pool of capital you're getting from there. So that's what the game has become. It's become two parties playing games against the middle.
Man, that is insane, man. Golly. So we don't, like, basketball lovers, we're never going to see the sport the same again.
No, I don't think so, because you have to think of this as well, right? Look at how the kids are being trained now. Last time I was on, we were talking about 2-dribble pull-ups, schematics. None of that happens anymore. All they teach kids now is everybody has to be a great one-on-one player, because casuals can understand that, So when you think about it, what can attract the gambling pool to a sport? If it's Showtimey, well, if I have 30 teams with all Showtime players, I'm willing to, do a $5, $10, $20 billion 10-year deal with you, and vice versa on the streaming side. Like you said about the generals, that was on fucking point. It's really just, how many stars do we have? Let them rock. That'll enable us to get gambling money and streamer money. Good luck to everyone else. I'm telling you, that's what's going on.
Yo, this is so sad, man.
Yo,
this is sad.
And it's crazy because, we kind of didn't see it coming, right? It's so funny. I remember, because I'm in New York, right? And I remember when we couldn't gamble in New York, and my cousin's in Jersey, so I'd use his account or whatever. But now that it's New York, you don't understand, Mel. Every day I play ball in the gym. Guys are checking their phones. And I'm saying to myself, like, see, the NBA knows that they could pull down like maybe 5 or 10 extra $1 billion more just from gambling over the next, call it whatever years, right? That's money they don't even have to work for. That's money the fans are throwing to them on top of concessions, on top of league fees, on top of tickets, on top of cable bills, on top of streaming money. That's what this is about now.
Man, this is sad, Sonny, man. Bro, I'm so glad you called me.
Listen. I got a bone to pick with you, to be honest.
Oh, man, what's up?
You've made me an insomniac. So I've been staying up looking for your show, couldn't find it. Getting up early, missing your 9 o'clock show. So I was like, what the hell? So now I can't sleep. My clock is all messed up.
Oh man, listen. So, hey, you remember I used to go on at 4:30 every Tuesday, right? And
Mhm.
and I tried to go at 4:30 yesterday, man. But I'm telling, like, work picked up for me, and I got kids in volleyball and soccer, and it's hard for me to get in here at 4:30 on Tuesday, man. So I just, whenever I have a spare time or a spare minute, I jump on, man. I try not to be too late with it, but it's sporadic. But I mean,
Man, you don't turn me to Blackula, man. I'm up all night. Like, okay, well.
hey, maybe I'll start announcing on the page when I'm going live, so so people.
100%, man. Because I love the show, man. I love the interaction. I love hearing other people's comments and thoughts. But yeah, man. But the game has been commercialized. That's the best way I could say it.
Yeah,
And it's being done in such a way where we're the accomplices in our own murder.
It's sad. Well, I mean, there you have it. I couldn't say it better than myself, Sonny. I appreciate the call, man.
Thanks, man. Stay well.
All right, no doubt. You too. Yeah, that was a good call, man. But good grief, man. Like, did that make sense to y'all? Like this thing is about gambling now. This thing is about Vegas. It ain't the same league no more, right? It's entertainment. It's betting. It's Vegas. It's gambling. It's rigging. It's globetrotter and generals. It's a simplistic, dumbed down game. Threes, layups, dribble, drive, kick, dribble, drive, kick, high screen and roll, dribble, drive, kick, high screen and roll, dribble, drive, kick. That's it. Very boring game to watch, and and we keep telling them that we don't like it. Not just the fans, but former players are telling them we don't like this. And Adam Silver will not listen because he knows he can't change it because he's already made deals with these Vegas people. He's already made deals with the devil. I can't change it. We're going down this path. Y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Get used to it. Stop talking trash. Now he done sent out all these media types and former players to go out there and tell the fans, stop complaining. We wouldn't complain if you gave us a good product. Like we wouldn't complain if you gave us a good product. 2 super chats came in. Cliff, $9 super chat. Appreciate it. $10 super chat. Appreciate you. LeBron is a kitten and Kobe is a lion. Debate is over. And it took me 15 minutes to figure out how to send this, man. I appreciate the effort, man. I appreciate the super chat 100%, man. Thanks, yo. Aaron G, FYL Sports or Big Bronzexuals. Shout out to FYL Sports and Lamont over there at FYF, man. Yeah, they may or may not be Bronze. I don't know. So Aaron G again, $5 super chat. Players can't show emotions, talk trash, get chippy without facing major consequences. Meanwhile, hockey can fight and be celebrated. Those are facts. Let's take one more phone call, y'all. Let's take one more on this topic, and then we'll move. Best podcast on YouTube. Man, I appreciate that, man. Track Addict 504. Did you like my track analogy earlier? Nah, he late to the table. Ask MJ about Vegas. Sold is sold. Fans need to stop attending games. But this is the greatest basketball ever, Mel. Yeah, man. This is supposed to be the greatest, man. Phone line still open, y'all. I'm taking one more phone call on this one. One more phone call, man. This is crazy, yo. I like even though I knew what Sonny was saying was the case, just to hear him say it and break it down like that, Lord have mercy. Man, that is insane.